Blissful awakening and happy Monday, you guys. I'm Yakira, and today I'll be hosting Thriving Goddesses Mind Body Monday. Now, normally I love to start our Mondays off with something that's going to give you a little boost so you can start this week off strong. But today I would like to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is NET, or Neuro Emotional Technique. Now, when we're in naturopathic medical school, we learn so many different modalities. We learn about hydrotherapy, we learn about homeopathy, we learn about botanical medicine, we learn about physical medicine. But one of the things that's less commonly discussed is mind-body medicine. So NET is a branch of mind-body medicine. And what it does is allow us to use the body through muscle testing, where we can ask questions and really get to the root cause of some emotional trauma or some emotional thing that your body is holding on to and not releasing. So first, let's dig into what is NET. Now, NET was derived from something called applied kinesiology. And applied kinesiology uses muscle testing as well, but it is used to assess the chemical, the structural, as well as the emotional aspects of health. Now, from that emotional aspect, NET decided to delve further so that we could further elucidate how emotions, emotional trauma are trapped in our body and in our physiology. And by simply identifying whether there is a charge or an emotional response to a muscle test, we can then go ahead and release that through NET. So where are these concepts and the idea that we can use our muscles to identify whether there's a trapped emotion, or the concept of there being emotions that are associated with organ systems? Where does that come from? Well, it actually comes from traditional Chinese medicine. And in traditional Chinese medicine, we identify emotions with several characteristics, but only today are we going to talk about the emotions. And so you can look at this chart here. So as you can see by this chart, the liver is associated with anger and resentment. The heart is associated with joy. Then the spleen is associated with worry or stress. The lung is associated with grief and sadness. And the kidney is associated with fear. So when we are muscle testing a patient, and I can either touch them in different parts of their body that is associated with these organs, and I can determine whether or not someone is carrying an emotion that's related to that organ system. And if so, then I would have them place their hand on their emotional points here, which is why when people are overwhelmed emotionally, you see them go like this. Right? Because it's a natural response to place your hand over our emotional points. So I would have the patient place their hands there, and then also have their hand placed on the organ system that is involved. And then I would do some spinal tapping to help them release whatever that emotion is from their body. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds cuckoo, doesn't seem very scientific, I'm not sure I believe this, there have actually been studies that show that brain scans after a patient has received NET show decreases in the brainstem, and the anterior cingulate, and the parahippocampus, and the insula, which are all parts of the brain associated with traumatic memories and distress. So scientifically, even, we can show that NET is effective at reducing memories of trauma and your attachment to those traumas. Now, I want you to take a moment and just soak all this in, because next week I will actually demonstrate NET for you guys. So in the meantime, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your week. Make sure that you remember that you're strong, you're powerful, you're capable, and all you have to do is think it and believe it, and it is yours. All right, you guys, until the next time, see you later, Thriving Goddesses. Bye.